All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Matt10. How are we doing? So I've got some FIFA 19 gameplay here, leaked gameplay, of course. Got a little off-screen video. Champions League, of course, is coming to FIFA 19. That's the big hype right now, and how can you not be hyped? It's definitely exciting times. PES, did it well for presentation's sake. Unfortunately, that's really all they did with it. But it's still sad to see that PES has, lost the Champions League license. But at the same time, you gotta be happy for FIFA because this is something they're really excited about, obviously, and they're gonna put it at the forefront of their, of their game. And it's smart business overall. And as you can see here, showing off PSG against Juventus, right away we know the if you guys have probably seen this, but the players in this are definitely not the best FIFA players that I've seen. Some pretty terrible defending, but at least it's nice to see what we might be in store for. Keep in mind, a little disclaimer with FIFA and with PES, of course, the final product, basically what you get on your consoles and your PC, is not always going to be the case. But let's jump into some gameplay here, and we see right away, run in with the ball with Neymar. How, that's pretty obvious that somebody would do that, but of course on this channel we're looking at realism, we're looking at what looks realistic. The first thing that sticks out to me is how much slower the ball moves. You can tell right away it's not pinging and ponging like it usually is. See how it has some actual just feel to it, you can tell, and the way the players move with the ball is also really nice. Here's just a terrible goal though. The goalkeeper giving up that one didn't look like a very powerful shot. Pretty terrible, not by Buffon's standards. But if we talk about the ball physics, it's a real big importance for me because FIFA 17, FIFA 18 really struggled to get this with this Frostbite engine. And it looks like they've got something in the works here. There's a kind of a dynamic element that you can see with the ball. That wasn't a very hard rocket shot, which makes it a lot more kind of strange that the goalkeeper couldn't save that. So hopefully that's something that'll be addressed. But what I'm really paying attention to is, of course, positioning, and I'm also paying attention to the way the ball moves, and then of course the interaction between players. Something I really noticed in this gameplay footage is that every interaction between two players or multiple players, it seems violent almost. It's nice in that sense because there's that feeling of everybody's fighting to gain possession of the ball. There is a true battle to get that ball, and it's really kind of cool how it's all interacting. Just random deflections, like right here, look at Neymar both diving over there. Fantastic animation there. We look at this and the ball moving, that would have gone out of bounds, but somehow the ball stays in. I love how Dybala here is running. He's still holding him off before he just can't do any more there. So it's just little subtle movements that you can tell right now. The gameplay, of course, still seems fast because people are, they're sprinting up and down the pitch. It's expected. You only have 4 minutes a half, I think. So naturally, you want to kind of get in as much as you can. Of course, this is player 1 versus player 2. You can't really expect to see the utmost realism, the utmost representation of gameplay flow and speed, etc. But for what it is, it looks a lot better from what I've seen in FIFA 17, FIFA 18. Here's a driven pass. It doesn't go all out of bounds somehow, so it's nice that there's maybe some weight to the ball a little bit more, but there's also some sense of trying to, again, get control of the ball. Every single pass seems to be contested. Every time somebody gets the ball, it seems to be contested. The defender for Juve is not the best. He's very aggressive and taking some pretty terrible angles. There, of course, he does a good one right on cue. But it's also nice to see the positioning of the AI controlled players off the ball. I can see the defensive line for Juve there, holding their line, jogging out of position or into position there. Now stepping forward, allowing you to switch and good movements there. And then you've got the counter attack. Dybala up high, plays it to Costa. But again, look at that little deflection. Marquinhos just stepping up there and kicking it off the Juve player. And then here, Neymar, terrible touch. And that's another thing I've noticed as well. There's some really bad touches. Another thing there with the passing, not facing to where you're passing. Really nice little animation there. It kind of reduces the accuracy. here, see, that is a through ball all day that would be contested and pretty accurate, and of course it results in deflection and a goal. Of course we like the big thing with FIFA that I've always liked is the way the net works and the ball. There's a lot of strength there. And then, for those of you guys who are net physics junkies, I love how the ball hits the back of the net. There's a goal later that you'll see that I thought was just really nice how it went in. Really just a slow roller, but went in. I think it was Cavani, but here's a vicious shot there. I think it was Mbappe, I'm not sure there, but just kind of cool how you see these really subtle things in FIFA. The ball, I think, is a tad slow it's going to be slow for the guys who are not used to that. And here's that goal I was telling you about. Look at that just dribbler there by Cavani. Really nice slotted finish. I don't remember seeing many slotted finishes in 18. Saw them a bit in 17. But it's been a while since I've seen a side-footed slot finish like that in FIFA. And so that was really, really nice. And we see the replay, just the cutscenes here. I like that reaction from Buffon. Like the cut to the crowd, but look at this, just kind of deflections all the way, and then this kind of across his body, and still falls over. I love how he falls over there, but look at this side-footed finish, and it just dribbles in. Fortunately, cut off the replay, but that was nice to see. But back to the passing, you look at the way the ball moves. It's moving a lot slower, but it's really nice. There's a good variety of it. It's not the same speed the whole time, but it's definitely a lot slower. That was a great tackle. It's definitely a lot slower than it has been. Here we're going to see a shot on goal, a nice little save animation there. I like how his legs kick up, bringing all his momentum to the right side. Here's the corner, nice little in-swinger there, a little dipping as well. What I noticed as well, some legacy things where the players start retreating as soon as the ball is cleared. That's something to pay attention to. Also there, I like how the ball just kind of bounces up right away. It doesn't seem super floaty. It's very responsive as it hits the turf there. And we look at just this run, nice little touch, not really even touching the ball there, nice little skill move. But it's all about control, and that's a nice crossing animation there, the way the ball moved there, not that floaty type of cross that we've been seeing in FIFA 18 a lot of the times. Here, it's just, I think this is a one-on-one. This is kind of a weird one because the goalkeeper runs out and he just hits off of him. Not really making any kind of animation. Of course, he's well outside the box, but go figure. I thought that was a pretty cool build up to how that happened. There's that same kind of punching animation from the keeper. Kind of got sick of that because they did that a lot and it just kind of all looked the same, so that's still there. Another in-swinger here, but you can tell just the ball just seems more alive. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know your comments below. But to me, the ball just seems more alive. There's just such a emphasis, and that's something they talked about in the details, is that 50-50 balls. It really feels like they've loosened it up, and I'm not sure if I believe that, even if I'm viewing it right now in FIFA, because FIFA's always been about the ball really sticking, really tightly to the players. And the irony is PES 18 ended up making the ball stick very close to the players. This is a nice little skill move there. But we're seeing some really good things here, and I'm just hoping the off-the-ball positioning for FIFA stays in line as a base to what they've been working on, which has been quite good as a base. It's always can be improved with sliders, etc. But for what I'm seeing, it looks pretty good still. The players are reacting, the defensive line is reacting to the ball. I just have a gut feeling that the first thing EA is going to patch is the pace of play in terms of the ball speed. That's the only thing I can think of that they'll be addressing. So hopefully it doesn't get addressed. I like the pass speed the way it is, but hopefully if we modify sliders for us offline guys, that maybe it won't be too crazy. But this is nice. Look how the ball kind of floats out there. It's not too floaty either. Into space. I just love how the ball is just so free. It doesn't feel like it's stuck to anybody, and it's really a struggle to control it, which is exactly the beauty of the game. So anyway guys, this is towards the end of the video, just my real quick thoughts, kind of raw there. Let me know what you thought below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and as always, take care and stay tuned. So and the way the players are set up, I'm not sure. It had to be a free kick because the players are in too retreating of a role. You know, they're in a very low position, his fellow attackers there.